Hi guys, this is lesson number 2 of basics of note theory, and I'll be explaining a little bit of the major scale today. So basically, like I told you guys yesterday, there's 12 notes in Western music theory: A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, and G sharp. So all the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, G are natural notes, and all the sharps are accidental notes. So what sharps are basically A to A sharp is just increasing the note in pitch by one half step. Now what's a half step? A half step is just the distance between the two notes. This A to A sharp is a half step. A sharp to B is a half step. And another step or distance between the notes which is common is called a whole step. So if I want to raise A by a whole step, that would be A to direct to B. So A to B is a whole step, B to C is a half step, C to D is again a whole step. Here, say na, D to D sharp half step, D sharp to E half step, F to G would be a whole step. See, so you get the gist of it. It's just basically the distance between the notes are called whole steps and half steps, usually the common ones. And another thing except for sharps is flats. Now flats might seem a little complicated, but don't worry, they're not that hard to understand. Flats are basically the same as sharps, except that instead of raising the note, you flatten the note or you lower the note. So if I have the note B and let's say I add this flat ka symbol to it, it's a lowercase b, so it will become A sharp. A sharp and B are the same note. This concept or these notes are called enharmonic equivalence. So if I say, let's say we have C flat and B are the exact same thing. They are again enharmonic equivalence. Let's take another example, E flat. So we have E flat. E flat would be D sharp. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll write it in some context as E flat and in some context as D sharp. I'll explain the differences later as we move on. But now all you need to remember is just the basics of why something is called flat and why something is called sharp. So again, a sharp is when we raise the note by half a step, and a note which has a flat in front of it is when we lower the note by half a step. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about the major scale. So the major scale is basically our building block of music. So the major scale जो है, most common music that you hear today is derived from the major scale. So now if we take an easier major scale which doesn't have any sharps or flats, let's keep it simple. The easiest major scale to understand in the beginning is the C major scale. Now the C major scale has the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B and C. See, it's all natural notes. There's no accidental notes in it, right? It's all without sharps or flats. So the major scale is essentially a 7-note scale. Okay, 7-note scale. I'll write it here again. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay, the C is the same note. C again is the 8th note. Okay, but these 7 unique notes are the C major scale. So the C major scale or the major scale, any major scale, is also called a diatonic scale. Okay, You don't need to remember these names, but it's good to know कि होती क्या है ये चीजें. Okay. So every major scale is made up of 7 unique notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, A, B. Sorry, C now is the same as the first note again. So basically, in the major scales, we also have a formula of making these major scales, and that's also in whole steps and half steps. So if you're on any instrument and you start on the note C, if you go up a whole step, another whole step, and a half step, I'll just write it down: whole, half. If you go up another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and another half step, you end up with your major scale. So this is the formula of the major scale. It's whole, I'm just writing W and H, whole, half, whole, 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 and half. Okay. So if we see in notes पे देख लेना say, let me just erase this. If we just see on these notes, if we start from the note C, if we go up a whole step, like I said, a whole step is एक note छोड़ के आगे, C to D, that's a whole step, another whole step, a half step to F, another whole step to G, see, and then G से we'll go to A, another whole step, and then A से we'll go to B, another whole step, and then B will go to C, a half step. See? So that is your C major scale and how it's formed. Okay? So through these major scales, we form chords, and through those chords we form songs. So in the next lesson, I'll explain to you what chords are and how they're made and how these notes are used together to make music. Thank you.